Hello and welcome to my timeless home kitchen. Here I share meals I make in my home for my husband, myself, and my little boy every week. And today we'll be making this delicious Ogbono Okro soup with mackerel fish recipe. Please subscribe, like, and comment, and I hope you enjoyed this video, okay? So let's just jump right into it. The first thing I did here is to prep my protein. I washed up this tripe, also known as shaki, and then I'm now prepping my mackerel fish. So for the mackerel fish, I'm using like 2 mackerel fish. Feel free to cut it into any size, shape you like, anything that makes you happy, okay? It's your food, and I hope you also do things that make you enjoy it too, all right? So I'm just, cutting it. I'll wash it up and, remove all the stuff in between the fish and get them ready. And then when I'm all done with the fish, as you can see, I'm done now. When I'm all done with the fish, I would go right into the other ingredients, okay? So now I'm prepping my pepper and onion mix. Now, when you're making soup like this, right, any food I thought that actually demands onion, just add a lot of onion, like things like beans, like soup, egusi, ogbono, okra. Add enough onion. They actually bring out the flavor of the food. It makes it tasty, very tasty. So I added like I think 2 onion bulb here, and it's big onion actually, and then some little habanero, and then red bell pepper. So I'm just blending it up. The goal here is just to get a rough textured look, not smooth, not like pure blend, just like rough textured. I like when I see it in my food. It makes all the difference for me. It makes the food really appetizing. And for now, I'm done with this. Let's go. Okay, I'm showing you here the vegetable I use. It's called spinach. Please, if you have ugu, feel free to use it, or kale, any vegetable. And this is the okra I use too. It's from Walmart, and it's already cut into big chunks. So I'm going to just blend it further down into smaller chunks, not puree, okay? So I'm just showing you what the chunks look like here. And I didn't get the full, like, whole okra. That's why I bought the one that's already cut in chunks. But if you have the whole one, perfect, chef kiss. That's like the best one. So I'm just going to blend it up with this same blender. I didn't wash it because it's the same pot of soup. Feel free to wash it if you want to, all right? Okay. Now I'm going to blend it, and I'll just show you now what I'm aiming for when it comes to the texture. As you can see, I'm just pausing it. So this is what it looks like when I was done blending it up, okay? So now we have all our ingredients prepped. You can see the fish, you can see the meat. That's the ogbono in the white plate. We have crayfish, we have the okra, they have the onion and pepper mix. This is my spinach. That's my red oil. I have little red shrimp here, and then dried catfish and stockfish. So now let's start cooking. So the first thing here is I'm adding my tripe, which is the shaki, into the pot. Added a generous amount of the pepper mix, and then I have here seasoning, salt, and pepper. Now I'm going to give this a very good stir. Make sure that everything is coated with the maize and then the seasoning, okay? Cover and allow it to cook in its own juice. Now after about 10 minutes, I opened it up and it started cooking it in its own juice already. So when I noticed that, I just added my stockfish and catfish. Those ones are also very tough, so that's why I added it way earlier. If yours is very soft or pre-cooked already, you don't have to add it at this point, okay? So I added it here, just gave it another good stir to cover the stockfish and catfish with the pepper mix and seasoning too. Now I'm going to add water to allow the fish, and that's the stockfish and catfish now, and the meat to finish its cooking. So here I'm just giving it a very good stir after I've topped off water, and then I will close the pot and allow it to cook, okay? So now It's been boiling for like 10 minutes, or no, I think 15 minutes this time around. And I'm just trying to check now. I'll just give it a stir, look at the meat and the fish and see where they are at, okay? And then I'm adding my meat and my fish. So now this is the mackerel fish I prepped earlier. I'm adding it now. And as you can see, I'm doing this very like careful, just to ensure that it doesn't break. I don't want the fish to break. Now it's all done. I'm just removing it from the pot of soup. I will just leave very few fish head because I want it to continue, infusing the fish flavor into the soup. Remember, I said was supposed to be my main protein source, but because my husband likes meat, I didn't want to just cook this soup with just fish. So I said to just add a little tripe so he can have something, that he likes to in the soup. So now I added my tripe. Sorry, this is not tripe. This is my shrimp, my red shrimp, and then added my ogbono. For the ogbono, I mixed my red oil and the ogbono and kind of kept it in the microwave for like few minutes before adding it here. Allow the ogbono to cook well, about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, so that it doesn't have any like taste. I noticed that when it's not cooked well, it has this slapping taste or something like sour. I don't know if it's sour. Can't explain that taste, but it's just not good. So now I'm adding my crayfish. I topped up with small pepper mix, that's onion and pepper mix. Added crayfish. Now, if you can see, I'm not adding any more seasoning. I'm waiting for the crayfish to do its thing first. That's pro tip. Don't add seasoning before the crayfish. After you add all your crayfish, and I'm using a generous amount. This is not the only one I added. I added an I think extra crayfish after this clip, but unfortunately I didn't record it. I'm sorry. So I'm just giving it a good stir. So at the end of the day, I just topped up with a little seasoning, very little. Like I didn't even add salt again. That's to tell you that crayfish sometimes has this salt. It's salty, so you don't have to put it at the end or something, except you're very sure that it's it will not overpower the food or your seasoning is not much. Okay. So here I'm just topping it off with my blended okra. Give it a good stir. Close it up. Allow it to cook for like a minute, and then I will reintroduce back the fish. Okay. So here I'm just adding back the fish into the pot, and after that I will add my vegetable, and that is it. Now this food is very delicious. I hope you try it. Feel free to use any protein of your choice, and when you add the vegetable, just turn off the heat. Okay, you don't have to cook the vegetable for that long. Just a minute or 30 seconds is just fine. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you make it sometime soon. And if you enjoy it, please feel free to give me a thumbs up in the comment section, and subscribe, like, comment, and I hope you become part of the family. Thank you once again, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye.